Okay, so in last lecture we have covered the different manufacturing process uh, that is used for the manufacturing of suppositories, which includes fusion method, then cold compression method, and hand rolling method. Today we will discuss the different quality control tests for the suppositories evaluations. So let's see one by one what are the different quality control tests for suppositories. So first is that is the appearance. So appearance, the physical and the chemical aspects of that particular suppository is that very much important. So that we have to consider in suppositories formulation. So it includes like its color, odor, surface conditions, or the shapes also. So in this particular physical appearance, the British Pharmacopoeia states that when we have cut the suppositories longitudinally and examines with the open eyes, so the internal as well as the external surface of the suppository should be uniform in appearance. So, complying with these particular standards that indicate the satisfactory subdivisions and dispersions of suspended materials in that particular suppository. So, along with the odor, color, surface conditions, shape, the dispersions or how your particles are dispersed in that specific suppository that you have to analyze. So for that purpose, you have to cut your suppository longitudinally and you have to observe the internal as well as the external surface of the suppository. So on the basis of that, you can predict the basically the structures or surface conditions of your suppository. So this is our primary evaluation. So primary evaluation means uh, like uh, uh, like we have carried out for other doses of also means by just seeing through the open eyes the conditions of the suppository that gives that we have to study it under the appearance. So this is the preliminary test to check whether your formulations is uniformly prepared or not, or whether whatever the material that you have incorporated, whether the API that you have incorporated, which is properly dispersed in that specific suppositories or not. So this is our first quality control test that you have to perform. Second one, that is weight uniformity. So like a tablet, capsules, and other dosage forms, you have to perform the weight uniformity here. So the simple process is there. You have to weigh the 20 suppositories individually. So you have to weigh them like a W1, W2, W3 up to W20. Then you have to weigh all the suppositories together and you have to calculate the average weight. In suppose the weight of each individual suppository you are considering 1 gram, so it will be the 20 gram of suppositories. But sometimes, as we already discussed, there may be a density problem. There may be some other factors that can affect on your weight of your suppositories. So that average weight means after calculating the average weight means suppose a W3 suppositories or suppose a third suppository is having 1.5 weight or W20 suppositories having 0.98 weight. So you have to calculate the average weight of that 20 suppositories and according to that again you have to compare that weight with your individual suppositories. So the limit they have given here, basically no suppositories must deviate from the average weight by more than 5% except the two suppositories. Means not more than two suppositories differ from the average weight by more than 5% and no suppositories differ from the average weight by more than 10%. Means suppose प्रत्येक सपोजिटरीचं तुम्हाला वेट काढायचं आहे, इंडिव्हिज्युअल सपोजिटरीचं वेट तुम्हाला नोट डाऊन करून ठेवायचं आहे. डब्ल्यू म्हणजे एक सपोजिटरी 1 चं किती आहे आउट ऑफ 20 सपोजिटरीज, 2 चं किती आहे, 3 चं किती आहे, 4 चं किती आहे, and then you have to calculate the average weight. Average weight कसं काढणार आहात? Total weight divided by तुमचं 20. वीस सपोजिटरीचं इंडिव्हिज्युअल वेट आहे त्याला तुम्ही ऍड करणार आहात डिवायडेड बाय त्याला 20 करणार. So it will give you the average weight. Then you have to cross check again with the individual weight. जे तुमचं average weight आलं असेल ते पुन्हा तुमचं जे इंडिव्हिज्युअल वेट आहे, सपोज टू 1, 2, 3, 4 अप टू द 20, त्यामध्ये तुम्हाला ते चेक करायचं आहे. सो लिमिट काय आहे? ओनली टू सपोजिटरीज मीन्स नॉट मोर दॅन टू सपोजिटरीज डिफर फ्रॉम द ॲव्हरेज वेट. त्या ॲव्हरेज वेट पेक्षा 5% वेट तुमचं प्लस ऑर मायनस चालतं. ओनली फॉर द टू सपोजिटरीज. जर दोन पेक्षा जास्त सपोजिटरीज असतील की ज्यांचं वेट हे 5% ॲव्हरेज वेटच्या डेव्हिएट होते, सो ऑब्विसली कुठेतरी तुमच्या सपोजिटरीचं वेट खूप डेव्हिएट झालेलं आहे किंवा त्यामध्ये पर्टिक्युलर वेट युनिफॉर्मिटी नाहीये, ज्या काही सपोजिटरीज आपण प्रिपेअर केल्या आहेत त्या. And no suppositories differ from the average weight by more than 10%. 5% only two. आणि कोणत्याही एका सपोजिटरीचं वेट जर 10% पेक्षा व्हॅरीज असेल ऍव्हरेज वेटच्या, तरी तुम्हाला ती पुन्हा वेट युनिफॉर्मिटी कंडक्ट करावी लागते. सो बेसिकली if the weight variations which can be quite large, sometimes if some cavities are underfilled and others are overfilled, so this may be happen. So you have to adjust the flow also or adjust the dose also. We'll see one video after this particular completing the quality control analysis. So there we can observe how the process will carry out, and where the weight uniformity will occur. Basically, during the filling purpose, the rate or we can say the RPM that we are setting, rotation per minute for the filling purpose. So sometimes what will happen, those are the molds, they will get overfilled or sometimes they will get underfilled. So that will be the main reasons for your weight uniformity. If they will fill uniformly, there will be no chance for the weight uniformity problems. So this is the weight uniformity test. So like a tablet, I think we have not covered the tablet, but like a tablets also, have the capsules also, we have to calculate the weight uniformity. So same methods we are adapted. We have to collect the 20 randomly collected 20 suppositories from your manufacturing batch. Then from that you have to take the individual weight of each and every suppositories. You have to calculate the average weight of that 20 suppositories, and again you have to compare that average weight with your individual weight. So you can so from that basically you can observe that if more than two suppositories that is differ from the average weight by 5%, and not none of the suppositories differ from the 10% of the average weight. Basically, under the British Pharmacopoeia, it is 7.5%, but under the Indian Pharmacopoeia, it is a 10% variation. Means no suppository differs from the or deviate from the average weight by more than 10%. So this is the second and the most important evaluation parameter, because if you found a large weight variations, that means some maybe your drug content will also will be the varies. So to avoid that, the uniformity has to be checked, and this will be to take in process quality control, means during the process you have to check the weight uniformity means after specific time interval, because what will happen if you have checked at the end, so there will be so much of loss, because sometimes during from the hopper to the nozzles, sometimes maybe it will not be properly filled in that cavity. मी सपोज तुमची बॅच ही 5 तास पर्यंत चालणार आहे आणि तुम्ही डायरेक्टली 5 hours चेक केलं, तर ऑब्विसली मध्ये कुठे जे वेट व्हेरिएशन होणार आहे तुम्हाला आयडेंटिफाय होणार नाही, आणि मग तो तुमचा लॉस होणार आहे, किंवा कधी कधी अंडरफिल्ड होऊ शकतं किंवा काही काही वेळा ओव्हरफिल्ड होऊ शकतं. So for that purpose, means half hourly असेल किंवा 1 hourly तुम्हाला चेक केलं पाहिजे की त्या नोझल मधून प्रॉपरली तेवढ्याच अमाउंट मध्ये ड्रग किंवा तेवढ्याच अमाउंट मध्ये जे काही लिक्विड फील व्हायला पाहिजे तेवढं फील होतंय. सो दॅट यू हॅव टू चेक विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर वेट युनिफॉर्मिटी टेस्ट. सो जर तुमचं वेट प्रॉपरली असेल, दॅट मीन्स युअर ड्रग इज प्रॉपरली डिस्पर्स इन दॅट स्पेसिफिक formulation. So that purpose this weight uniformity is very much important. Then second one, that is a melting rate, that is an important test that we have to carry out, because as we know suppository has to be made at our body temperature. So the simple process is there. Here we can observe the diagram of apparatus that is used for the melting purpose. So this is the thermostatic water bath. In dialysis membranes, we have placed our suppositories uh, and the solutions that they are provided into the 7.5 pH buffer. Glass beads are there, and here is the magnetic stirrer for the continuous stirring purpose. So basically, the suppository that is completely immersed in the constant temperature water bath, sets up to the 37 degrees Celsius, and a time for the entire suppository to melt or disperse in the surrounding water that is measured. So time required means first we have to maintain the temperatures of your water bath up to the 37 degrees Celsius because as we are comparing with our body temperature. But it is not easy to design this particular test that will accurately mimic the conditions in the rectum because as we know the fluid availability in the rectum is very much low as compared to as we have seen in this particular water one. So large amount of water when you are using and we are comparing in vivo with our rectum. So that important difference we have to consider. So when you have carried out the disintegration test, at that time also we cannot say this particular conditions will happen in a rectum also. But this particular melting time test that is used to determine the time required to melt your suppository at our body temperatures. So for that purpose, this melting range test, melting range point ज्यावेळी आपण डिस्कस केला होता सपोजिटरी सिलेक्शन बेस सिलेक्शन मध्ये आपण डिस्कस केला होता व्हॉट इज मेल्टिंग रेंज. मेल्टिंग रेंज म्हणजे काय आहे जिथून तुमचं सपोजिटरी मेल्ट व्हायला सुरुवात होते आणि जास्त टेम्परेचरला तुमची सपोजिटरी कम्प्लिटली मेल्ट होते. सो दॅट टेम्परेचर रेंज दॅट वी हॅव टू डिटरमाइन. So here also same in that thermostatic water bath you have to check the time for the entire suppository to melt. किती वेळामध्ये तुमची सपोजिटरी मेल्ट होते हे तुम्हाला आयडेंटिफाय करायचं आहे. Sorry. Then another one test that is the disintegration test. So this is very much important test to evaluate or when you are comparing the in vivo in vitro correlations with your suppositories disintegrations. So for that purpose, suppository is placed in a spherical containers with the perforated ends which is immersed in a water bath which is having the same temperature 36 to 37 degrees Celsius and along with the help of the magnetic stirrer, stirring will be provided here so that uniform distributions will be carried out. The suppository is considered disintegrate only when it is completely dissolved or when it is dispersed into its component part and become a soft and change in its shapes with the formations of the core which is not resistant to pressures with the glass rod. So basically disintegration like a tablet disintegration कधी होतं आपला tablet it is a compressed dosage form. When you are dissolved in the water it will start disintegrate. Disintegrate means first it is converted into the small particles and then it will form a complete solution. So here also the same thing. The suppository is considered as a disintegrate when a complete solutions it is except for the insoluble powders मध्ये आपला complete solution form होणार नाहीये. But when it is completely dissolved, it completely disintegration products that are small enough to sink or rise through the perforations is dispersed into the component part and complete melting of any solid matter between the plates. So no solid core must be detectable. So like change in the shape of your suppository that is has to be determined here. So this is the method they have given. So to place the suppository on the lower perforated disc of metal device and then insert the device into the cylinder and attach this to the sleeves where we are placing your suppositories. Then you have to repeat the same operations with the further two suppositories. So basically, three suppositories are tested and all must disintegrate within a 30 minutes. Unless any specifications given in monograph means for the glycerol suppositories, the glycerol gelatin suppositories, the time is for 1 hour. So within a 30 minutes, other suppository must be disintegrated into that specific solvent. So here you have to use the 4 to 5 liters of water. So as I have already discussed, when we are comparing the in vitro or the in vivo conditions, means it is not easy to design this particular test that will accurately mimic with your in vivo test because here we are using the 5 liters of water at 37 degrees Celsius. But as we know, that much amount of water is not present in a rectum. But what we are checking here at 37 degrees Celsius whether your suppository is completely disintegrate or not. So for that purpose again after every 10 minutes you have to invert the apparatus without removing the water. Means just you have to invert that like brush provide shaking you have to invert that suppository water and here they have given the limits also. Disintegration occurs is not more than 30 minutes for the fat-based suppositories and for water-soluble suppositories like in glycerol suppositories, the disintegration must be occurs within a 1 hour. So that will be the limits they have said. So the same thing, the disintegration is complete when molded suppositories first when they are completely dissolved, either they are dispersed into its components and and third one, it will become the soft. So no solid core must be detectable. So through which we can check the disintegration of your suppository. That is a simple method that we are using to determine the disintegration time for your suppository. So here you must remember the limits also for the fat-based suppository. The suppository must be disintegrate within 30 minutes and for the glycerol suppositories, as per the monograph, the time they are given, that is up to the 60 minutes. Within a 1 hour, that suppository must be disintegrated. Then another one test liquefaction time or the softening time. So this is the same where we have to check the time required to liquefy your suppositories. So here YouTube test YouTube is partially immersed in a constant temperature bath and is maintained at a temperature between 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Most of you know about the Thales tube we are using, right, for detecting the melting point. Like a U-shaped tube will be there, which is having one arm outside. So likewise, you have to use or you have to check that type of YouTube so that YouTube you have to immerse in a water bath which is having the constant temperatures between the 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Then you have to keep the suppositories in that particular U-shaped tube and above the suppository you have to place a glass rod. One glass rod you have to keep above the suppository. Then you have to measure the time taken for the glass rod to go through the suppositories and reach at the end, reach the constrictions that is called as a liquefaction time or the softening time. Means first in a U-shaped tube, that tube you have to immerse in a water bath which is having the constant temperatures of 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. You have to place the suppositories in that particular U-shaped tube and you have to place one glass rod over the suppositories. जशी suppository तुमची मेल्ट होणार आहे तसं तुमचा ग्लास रॉड काय होणार आहे त्या पर्टिक्युलर सपोजिटरी मधून तो इन्सर्ट होणार आहे किंवा सपोजिटरी मधून तो डीप होणार आहे So that particular suppository means time required to reach the constrictions, that known as the liquefaction times or a softening time. Another one method is there, or another one apparatus is there for finding the softening time, which uses the cellophane tube, and same method that will be using the same time taken for the suppository to melt, that is noted. That is called the softening time. किती वेळामध्ये तुमची सपोजिटरी सॉफ्ट होते हे तुम्हाला डिटरमाइन करायचं आहे. Obviously, like same with our melting point methods. तुमचा मेल्ट कितीला होतोय, आपण मग त्याच्यामध्ये टेम्परेचर मेजर करतो, या ठिकाणी आपण टाइम मेजर करतो, which is called the liquefaction time or the softening time. So काय करायचंय, you have to take the U-shaped tube, you have to immerse that tube in a water bath which is having the maintained temperatures of 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Then you have to put the suppository into that U-shaped tube. You have to place a rod over that suppository and you have to take the time, or you have to mention the time for the glass rod to go through the suppository and reach to the constrictions that will give you the liquefaction times or the softening time. Then another one test is here, that is breaking test or hardness test. So breaking test, this particular test is designed to for the measurement of the brittleness of the suppository, means hardness of the suppository. So during the transport or during the handling, whether the suppository getting break or because of the mechanical shocks will be there during the transport. So to check the brittleness or the hardness of your suppositories, for this purpose, this particular breaking test is determined. So here we can observe this particular apparatus that is used to measure the hardness of our suppositories. So like hardness that we have measured for the tablet, there are various hardness testers are there. So this is the apparatus where we have to apply the pressure or we have to apply the weight here. So here we have to place the suppository in between these two angles. Then we have to apply the weight here. So we have to suppository that is placed in the instrument here. Then we have to add the 600-gram weight here. Then we have to wait for the 1 minute. You can use the stopwatch. Means within a 1 minute, suppository is break. Okay, so 6 gram weight, this is 600 gram will be required for the hardness. Sorry, 600 gram weight that will break the suppository. Suppository तुमची break नाही झाली त्या 600 gram मध्ये. So you have to add again 200 gram weight. You have to wait for the 1 minute. Again, we have to check whether the suppository is breaking or not. If break, it is okay. If not, until the suppository is broken, after each or after every 1 minute, you have to add the 200 gram weight. First, you have to add the 600 gram weight. You have to leave it for 1 minute. You have to check whether the breaking is occurs or not. If not, you have to add the 200 grams of the weight after every 1 minute until the suppository is broken. Then you have to calculate the hardness by adding the weight together. किती ग्रॅमचं weight आहे, suppose तुमचं 600 किंवा 1 kg ला तुमचं break झालं suppository. So that will be their hardness. If the suppository that is broken before the end of the last minute, suppose तुम्ही weight add केलंय 200 ग्रॅम आणि त्याच्या आधीच ती जर ब्रेक झाली, so the last weight that you have to that you have to cancel. So it will be the 800. There is weight required to break your suppositories. So this is hardness testing. So this particular testing will helpful for the basically transport purpose, during the transport or during the handling also. If your suppositories don't have the proper hardness, so it will also create the problems during the insertions also. If it is too soft, it will not be properly inserted into that specific cavity. If it is too hard also, there will be problems during the insertions also. So for that purpose, the proper hardness has to be checked. So for that purpose, this breaking test is designed for measuring the brittleness of your suppositories. And the last one, that is the dissolution test. So like a disintegration, here the dissolution apparatus are there. There are two types of dissolution apparatus: dialysis cell and stationary basket. So these two apparatus that is used for the dissolution purpose. So by using the different types of apparatus like wire mesh based basket or the dialysis tubing is used to test for the in vitro release from the suppositories. So basically, this is the in vitro method to check the drug release. Means त्या पर्टिक्युलर टाइम मध्ये किती अमाउंट मध्ये ड्रग तुमचा रिलीज होतो. रिझर्वेशन स्टडी मध्ये आपण काय कॅरी आउट करतो. दिस इज द इन विट्रो मेथड्स which will be having the so we have to develop the similar condition as our human body like temperature or we are using the phosphate buffer here so that how much amount of drug is dissolved at a specific time interval that we have to check. So there are two types of apparatus are available for testing the dissolution rate. One is suppository dialysis cell. So mostly lipophilic suppositories are tested with the help of these suppository dialysis cells, and those are the hydrophilic suppositories that are tested using the stationary basket. And this is our rotating basket or the rotating paddle apparatus that we have in our lab also. If you have seen dissolution apparatus, so what you have to perform, you have to maintain the temperatures of your water bath. There is one vessel having the capacity of 900 ml. You have to fill with the specific solvent in which your suppository is going to be dissolved. Then you have to add the suppository. You have to provide the rotations, whether it is a mesh or whether it is a pedal or whether it is a basket. Whether it is a basket. Then what will happen because of the surrounding temperatures, your suppository will start to dissolve or it will release the medicament at a specific time interval. We have to withdraw the samples 1 ml or 2 ml. You have to dilute it with the sample that is used for the mixing purpose, and you have to check that at after 5 minutes or after 10 minutes how much amount of drug is released. So it will give the time required to the complete release of your medicament. And किती मिनिटामध्ये तुमचा ड्रग हा completely release होतोय. So that we can check with the help of the resolution test. So it's a simple test that we have to perform. But remember the important thing for the lipophilic suppositories, means fat-based suppositories, we have to use the dialysis cell, and for the hydrophilic suppositories, you have to use the rotating paddle apparatus as well as basket apparatus. So that can be used for your hydrophilic suppository testing purpose. So another one important test is the stability of your suppositories. So sometimes on a storage, cocoa butter suppositories form the blooms, means blooming in the sense they form the white powdery deposit on a surface. So this can be avoided by the storing suppositories at uniform cool temperatures and by wrapping them in a foil. Sometimes fat-based suppositories that harden on a storage. There is an upward shift on a melting range because of the slow crystallizations to more stable polymeric forms of the base. We have discussed in base selections also the polymeric form of suppositories, how they will affect, especially with the cocoa butter suppositories. If you have melted them above their melting range, it will convert it into their beta form, and that beta form that will ultimately change your all the physiological conditions. So the stability of suppository must be tested. So the simple test that you have to carry it out means you have to place your suppositories at a specific climatic conditions, like you have to maintain the temperature as well as the humidity, and you have to check any changes will occurs in that specific suppositories. That we have to check, uh, and you have to observe that त्याच्या stability मध्ये कुठे whether the stability of your suppository get affected because of the temperatures or not. There's the electrical stability studies there. You can elevate the temperatures also. So that also we can study here. So the softening time test and the differential scanning calorimetry can be used as a stability indicating test here. So softening time that we have checked. So as a standard, we know our suppository has to be made at these specific temperatures. Suppose the temperature difference will occur, that means stability of your suppositories get affected by any of the factors also. So if we store the suppositories at an elevated temperature just below its melting range, immediately after the manufacturing, the aging process is speeded. So for that purpose, the proper storing conditions that has to be provided for the suppositories, for the proper stability of your suppositories. So that stability studies that you have to perform. So it will not affect any physical as well as the chemical properties of your suppository. For that purpose, this stability testing is very much important. So this is all regarding the suppository quality evaluation test. What are the tests that we have discussed? Just will revise this test. So this is the appearance. For the appearance purpose, you have to cut the suppositories in a longitudinal way, and you have to check the surface conditions, internal as well as the external surface conditions, that we have to check for the appearance, odor, color, and the shapes also that you have to check. Then weight uniformity, you have to select the 20 random suppositories. You have to take the individual weight. After that, we have to carry out the average weight, and you have to compare the average weight with your individual weight, so that not more than two suppositories differ from the average weight by more than 5%, and no suppository, not a single suppositories will differ from the average weight by more than 10%. That is the weight uniformity. Melting range test, that is the time required to melt your suppositories, that gives the melting range. Disintegration test, again the same thing. For the fat-based suppositories, it should be made within or it should be disintegrated within a 30 minutes. And for the water-based suppositories, it should be made or it should be disintegrated within a 60 minutes. So this is the procedures they have given also. Then for the liquefaction time, you have to use the U-shaped tube. That tube is immersed in a water bath. That water bath having the maintained temperatures of 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. You have to keep your suppositories in that U-tube shape, U-shaped tube. You have to place the glass rod over the suppositories, and the time required to rod, time taken by the rod to go through the suppository and reaches to the constriction, that is known as the liquefaction time or the softening time. In breaking test, the pressure required to break your suppositories, or you can say the method for measuring the brittleness of your suppositories. So for the handling purpose during any other factor that can be affected also your hardness of your suppositories. So first you have to put the 600 gram weight, then you have to wait for 1 minute. If suppository is not broken, then you have to add 200 gram of weight, and you have to wait for the 1 minute. Then the ultimate added weight you have to calculate, and whatever the weight required to break the suppositories, that must be your hardness, or the pressure required to break your suppositories. That will be the hardness of your suppository. Then dissolution test, there are two types of apparatus, suppository dialysis cell and a stationary basket cell. Dialysis cell that will be used for the lipophilic suppositories and stationary basket cell that will be used for your hydrophilic suppositories. And last one is the stability testing. So this is all regarding the suppositories and also our suppository chapter is also complete here. Now only three chapters are remaining. One chapter that will be covered by the Vipul sir, suspension and emulsions. In next lectures we'll start with our with the new chapter, that is the aerosols. Okay, so before ending this sessions, I just want to share one video how large scale manufacturing takes place in a industry. Okay, so as we have already discussed, there are four methods, three methods that we have discussed, that is the hand rolling method, fusion method, and third one that is a cold compression method that we have already discussed. But there is another one method that is now used industry, that is the automated machines. So we'll see how the suppositories are prepared. Just give me 1 minute. So here we can see the suppository formulations method in company. With the help of the plastic molds, pre-prepared plastic molds are there. So this is the total setup where first here your feeding will carried out, mixing will be carried out automatically. Then here your suppositories are filled. So these are the plastic molds. Empty plastic molds are there. That is filled with the help of specific nozzle. Now here they have set the RPM. Here your mixing, continuous mixing is carried out. It's not like that you have to just fill your materials there. So here we can observe how it is filled. Now we have seen here they have setting RPM, right? Means rotations they have set here. Just 1 minute. So these are the three unit: filling, cooling, and our last one sealing is there. Okay, here this they are setting the RPM. तुम्हाला किती स्पीड तुम्हाला मेंटेन करायचं. So काय काय वेळा काय होतं की एक्सेस स्पीड झाला तर ऑब्वियसली तुमचं फिलिंग कुठेतरी पुढे मागे होऊ शकतं. So that should be avoided. So proper RPM must be provided there. So these white we are seeing, these are the plastic molds where you are filling the supply. Now this particular is for your dose adjustment. Now here the nozzles they are given so that the proper filling is carried out now. So this particular filling process is going on now. We can adjust the dose also. Here one more thing, the temperature. Yeah, yeah, thermoregulators they are given. So that temperature also you have to maintain so that the content of that particular hopper will not be soft quickly or will not be hard quickly. It should be uniform. So you have to maintain the temperature also, and for continuous stirring also you have to provide. We are seeing now. So here your first pack is completely filled. Now this will go for the cooling purpose. So cooling unit is there, and then we'll see how it is packed also. So this is the cooling unit here. So here we can see. Now through the cooling, our last one phase, that is the packing, or we can say the sealing purpose. So this is the automatic machines. Here your suppository is ready, sealed properly. Basically these are the mold types, so that specific mold get fitted into that this particular two sealing machines, and the sealed suppositories are formed. Then this will cut with the help of the specific cutters. So here you can set how much suppositories you want to cut. Is two suppositories or the four suppositories. So as per that, the suppositories will be cut with the package. Now here the cutting will carry out. So for the five suppositories, they are given pack of five suppositories. So like this, automatically these particular suppositories are filled, cool and sealing also carried out to the automatic. Okay. So is that clear with the suppository formulations how it is formulated? In a lab scale that we have also prepared the suppository. So you know the fusion methods, how it is prepared. Or we can say you have prepared the suppositories. So that the same methods that we have to adopt it for your fusion methods also. And we already discussed the cold compression method. Right? So if they ask for the large scale manufacturing of the suppositories, you have to write down regarding the cold compression methods and the automatic version ware methods along with the liquefaction method. Basically, they will not ask regarding the large scale manufacturing. Since last 2 years, they are asking most about the factors that are affecting on your rectal absorptions. That's our compulsory questions तुमचे आलेले आहेत. So you have to go through those points. I will share the notes also. So uh, here we will stop, and now our two topics are over now. First is semi-solid and second one that is suppositories. So from next lectures we will start with our new topic, that is aerosols. Okay, is that clear? Is there any doubt regarding this particular topic? Hello?